Think back to your very earliest memory. What is it? Maybe a flash of a birthday cake, a specific toy, or a trip to the park. Now, how old were you? Chances are you were at least 3 or 4 years old. But here is the creepy part. You were alive, conscious, and learning at an incredible rate for thousands of days before that. You learned how to walk, how to talk, and who your parents were. Yet, if you try to remember your second birthday party, there is just nothing. It's like a giant black hole in your own history. Your brain completely wiped the hard drive of your toddler years. And today, we are going to find out exactly why. Scientists have a fancy name for this universal superpower of forgetting. They call it infantile amnesia, which is just a sciencey way of saying baby memory loss. For a long time, people thought the answer was simple. Babies just don't have the brain power to make memories. But that is completely wrong. If you ask a 2-year-old about something that happened a few months ago, like a trip to the zoo, they can actually tell you about it. They remember the elephant. They remember dropping their ice cream. They remember it all. Babies are like little sponges, soaking up information every single second. So, if the memories were there, where did they go? Psychologists discovered something fascinating. If you test a group of 5-year-olds, they can still remember a lot of things from when they were toddlers. But if you test those exact same kids when they turn 7 or 8, those early memories are suddenly gone. Somewhere between the ages of 5 and 7, a massive cleanup crew marches through our brains and deletes our earliest years. To understand why this happens, we have to look at the brain's ultimate memory maker, a tiny, curved structure deep inside your head called the hippocampus. Think of the hippocampus like a digital camera. It takes snapshots of your daily life and saves them onto the brain's hard drive. When you are a baby, your brain is growing at a speed it will never experience again. It is constantly making billions of new brain cells, a process called neurogenesis. Now, you would think that making more brain cells would give you a better memory, right? Ironically, it does the exact opposite. Imagine you are trying to build a beautiful Lego castle, but someone keeps throwing hundreds of new Lego bricks into the middle of it while you are working. The original structure gets completely messy and confused. That is what happens in a toddler's brain. The massive flood of new neurons actually disrupts the existing electrical pathways. In short, the brain's rapid growth accidentally overwrites the old memory files. But it's not just about biology. It's also about how we think. How do you think right now? You use words. You use language. You tell yourself stories. When we want to remember what we did last weekend, we recall it like a narrative. First I went to the store, then I met up with Sarah, and then it started raining. But as a baby, you didn't have words. You experienced the world in a chaotic soup of raw emotions, sights, sounds, and smells, without any vocabulary to label them. Without language, you can't build a story. And without a story, your brain doesn't know how to organize or file that memory away. It's like trying to find a specific book in a giant library, but none of the books have titles on the spine. Your adult brain simply doesn't know how to search for memories that were saved without words. There is one final piece to the puzzle, and it's a bit philosophical. To have a memory about yourself, you first have to understand who you are. If you put a 12-month-old baby in front of a mirror with a red dot painted on their forehead, they will look at the mirror and try to touch the reflection. They think they are looking at a completely different baby. But around 18 to 24 months, something clicks. If you do the same test, the toddler looks in the mirror and immediately touches their own forehead. They finally realize, hey, that's me. This is the birth of the sense of self. Before this moment, your brain doesn't view you as the main character of a story, because it doesn't even know what a main character is. Without that anchor, personal memories just drift away. So why can't we remember being a baby? Because your brain made a brilliant trade-off. It decided that learning how to speak, walk, and navigate human society was way more important than saving a clip of you crying over a spilled bottle of milk.